into our lesson. So a couple things that I want you to remember before we sort of getting started here. Let's just make this a little bit bigger so we can all see. Is that when we start to simplify expressions, we need to know how many terms we're working with, and we need to remember our order of work. Now, your order of work, you can remember really however you want, but this goes back to bodmas, or you can use bodmas. I'm not overly concerned. I prefer bodmas personally because the E, oh golly, Miss Molly, so sorry. The E stands for exponents. And it just reminds us that once we've learned about exponents, we do need to remember to deal with the exponents. So I prefer bodmas personally, but as long as you remember the order in which you need to do your work, you do whatever works for you. Alrighty. Guys, remember as we go along, do take screenshots of the notes and of the work so that you have it. But let's try example 1 or example 1A here. Right. So again, you can do bodmas. I prefer bodmas. I know some of you do, you and I have to say it correctly, bomdas. So the M and the D are swapped. That's absolutely fine, because remember the multiplication and division have the same level of importance to each other, and so do addition and subtraction. So it really doesn't matter. Whatever works for you, as long as you're doing your order of work correctly, I really don't mind. Gigi?
I was hoping if I could do A for example 1.
Okay, perfect. So help me out with A. What am I going to do?
Okay, first you're going to do brackets because bodmas stands for brackets of division, multiplication, and subtraction. So we're going to work out our bracket, which is 1 plus 2 equals 3.
Fantastic. Then what do I do?
And then we're going to add our numbers, and we're going to say, we're going to take 3 out of the brackets and say 3 times 4 plus 8. So
Okay.
it will be 12 plus 8, which is 20.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, so guys, I'm going to run through this just in case we need a little bit of clarification here. So the first thing that we know is that in bodmas or bodmas, whatever you want, the B stands for brackets. So what that means is if there's stuff inside the brackets that we can simplify, we're going to do that. Now, what we see is that inside this bracket, I can add those two numbers together. I can add 2 plus 1 and get 3. So I need to do that first. The next thing, according to bodmas, whatever you want, is that we need to deal with the multiplication. So now that I've simplified the bracket, I've got 4 times 3, and I need to go and do that multiplication. So that gives me 12. Only right at the end do I then deal with the addition or the subtraction. In this case, it's addition. And so once we've done our addition, we're able to get our final answer. So the order in which you do this work is very, very important. If you don't do it in the correct order, we're going to get a different answer. Okay. Professor, do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Yes. What is your question?
My answer is different from this one.
What did you get?
When I added 8 and 4 and got 12. After that, I added 2 and 1 in brackets. I got 3. Then I multiplied 12 with 3. Then I got 36.
Okay, so just remember, we need to do the brackets first. So that's 2 plus 1. And then we need to do the multiplication, because bodmas says we must do multiplication first. So we only add the 8 right at the end. Okay, so we do the multiplication first. So we'll do this part first, the 4 times 3, and then only do we add the 8 and that answer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Right, well done. Okay, so guys, very important. We need to do it in the correct order. Oh, let me just stay here for a second in case anyone wants to take a screenshot. So again, if you don't do it in the correct order and you just go left to right, we're not following our rules for the order in which we should do our work. And so we're going to get the incorrect answer. So be very, very careful to identify where are you multiplying, where are you dividing, where's the addition, where's the subtraction, so that you can do everything in the correct order.
I got good news for us, Teacher Sam. Olonda has volunteered to do the next question. So the
awesome.
Olonda.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, I'm hoping everyone's taken a screenshot. I'm going to move across to our next question, and Olonda's going to help us here. All right, so here's our next question. Olonda, do you want to explain to us how we need to do this?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
So the way that you do it is, because the bodmas rule, you have to start with the brackets of division. So you start off with the division, 9 divided by 3, which is 3.
Good.
And then you will get 6 plus 3 plus 2, which then will equal to 11.
Wonderful, excellent, Olonda, well done. Okay, so guys, exactly here, once again, you can use bedmas, you can use bodmas, whatever you want. According to our order in which we should do our work, division comes before addition. So we need to do that division first. Now, if you're struggling with this, grab a highlighter or a colored pen or something. Maybe I'm just getting myself confused. And what I would do is highlight the division, because that's where you need to start. And then what you do is you highlight either number on either side. So you highlight the number on the right of the division sign and the number on the left of the division sign. And once you've done that, that highlighted section is what you start with, because that's the division. So we start with 9 divided by 3, which gives us 3, and then we can move on to do the addition. So if you're struggling, grab a highlighter, and when you see a division or a multiplication, highlight that operation and then the number on either side and start with that, and then keep going. Okay, I'm hoping I'm gonna say it right. Sorry.
Ma'am. Nah, me, I didn't get the exact same answer as she did, because I actually plus the 6 and the 9, and then I divided the 15 from the 3, and then I plus the 2, which actually gave me 7.
Okay, so again, be very careful because of the order in which we need to do our work. The first thing that we need to do is the division. So I need to do the division part of the sum first before I do the addition, because according to bodmas or bedmas, we have to do division before we do addition. So we have to do the division part first. Even though it's not written first, we need to do it first. Okay, because that is the more important operation in the sum. And then only at the end will I do the addition.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, well done. Rafense?
Ma'am, this is what I did. I divided 9 and 3 and got 3. After that, I divided 9 and 3. Then my answer is 3.
Good.
After that, I added 6 and 2, and I got 8. Then I added 3. Then I added 3 and 8 and got 11.
Perfect. Absolutely fine. Well done. Excuse me. So guys, what Rafense actually showed us there is that, remember, we spoke about this, I want to say 3 lessons ago. The order in which we add things doesn't matter. So Rafense chose to add 6 plus 2 first and then add the 3. That's fine. You're adding everything. So whatever order you choose to add it in, is absolutely fine. So if that's how you want to do it, go for it. As long as you remember to add everything, no problem there. Okay, I'm leaving it up here in case you want to take a screenshot, and then I'm going to move on. Moving away, 3, 2, 1. Right. Okay, so let's have a look at question C. I'm going to give you guys a chance to look at it, a chance to write it down. And if anyone wants to try it, Orlando's already got their hand up. Anyone wants to try, you can raise your hand. Okay, Lisa Kanya, do you want to try for us? Oh, Lisa Kanya left me. Gigi, do you want to try for us?
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
Okay.
so both of us our addition, we're gonna start with the one that's in brackets. So it's 4 equals 6, and then we're gonna take 6 out of the bracket. Sorry. The next one, and then we're gonna say 4 plus 3 equals 7. We're gonna say 7 plus 6 and take 6 out of the brackets.
Okay, so just remember, Gigi, but not English. Between the 3 and the bracket, there's a multiplication. So we need to remember that we're multiplying the 3 and the 6 together. Do you want to try again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
We're gonna say 3 times 6. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3 times 6. 3 times 6. We're gonna say 6 times 2 is 12, and if we add another 6, that's gonna be 18. So
Fantastic.
plus 18, and then our answer is gonna give us 22.
Fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent. So guys, very importantly there, once again, we need to remember that if there is a number in front of a bracket and there's nothing in between the number and the bracket, what is actually happening is a multiplication. And so we need to remember that once we've simplified the bracket, so once we've added the 2 plus 4 and gotten the 6, we still need to, we still need to multiply the 3 and the 6 together, because our order of operations tells me do multiplication first before you do addition. So we need to we need to multiply 3 times 6 first and then add the 4. Everyone who's getting 13, we're not following the order of work. So this part of my expression here, adding the 4, that needs to happen right at the end. That needs to happen after you've added the 2 and the 4 and after you've multiplied 3 and 6. That happens right at the end, because remember, bodmas or bedmas, whatever you want, addition or subtraction only comes right at the end of all my working out. So I need to keep it until the end. Kenzie, do you have a question?
Oh no, ma'am. Actually, you would just like lower my hand down because like I already had the answer before. So sorry.
No problem. Paul, do you have a question?
I have an answer.
For question C?
Question C is 22.
Well done. Excellent. Very nice. So exactly as Paul said, guys, remember C, 22. Well done. Yes. Alrighty, guys. So I'm hoping this makes sense. Once again, we need to do our order of work, or we need to do our work in the correct order. If we're not doing that, we're not going to get English. We are not going to get the correct answer. And we don't want to make silly mistakes like not doing our work in the correct order. Right, so take your screenshots, and then I'm going to move over to the next one. Okay. Before I do this, Mpho, do you have a question before I do D? Or before we look at D?
Yes.
Yes.
So here the equation says 3 plus 2 multiplied by brackets 2 plus 5 divided by 2 minus 7. So first we're going to start with the brackets.
Excellent.
So it's going to be 3 plus 2. And then here it's going to give us 7.
Well done.
And then we're going to close the bracket and divide by 2 is equal. Now we get 7. And then the third step, we're going to say 3 plus 3. And then 2 multiplied by 7, which is going to give us 14.
Excellent.
Divide by 2 minus 7.
Well done.
And then the third step, we're going to say 3 plus, no. Which step do you start with?
What's the next operation that we do?
We're going to do division. We're going to divide first.
Well done.
Then 14 divided by 2 is going to give us 7.
Well done.
Minus 7.
Good.
And then the fourth step, we're going to say
You got it?
3 plus 7. Yes, ma'am. 3
Yeah.
plus 7, which gives us 10.
Yeah.
Minus 7.
And 10 minus 7
is 3.
Excellent. Well done, Mpho. Right, guys. So there's a couple of things here that I just want to go through so that we're all happy and so that we're all on the same page. As Princess has also put in the chat there, our final answer here is 3. Okay, so once again, if we're struggling a little bit, take your highlighter and then figure out which part of your expression you need to do first. Now, obviously, we need to deal with these brackets first. So 2 plus 5 gives us 7. We've dealt with the brackets. Then I'm going to grab my highlighter and say, okay, the next thing that I need to deal with is multiplication and division. Now, you can do either one first. It really doesn't matter. But what I see is that I have got multiplication and division in this sort of middle section. And so let's just start with multiplication. So there's my multiplication. And now I highlight either number on either side, and that is what I do first. So 2 times 7, exactly as Mpho said, is 14. So we get our answer there. I still need to deal with that division. It hasn't gone anywhere. So I highlight my division. I highlight either number on either side, and I do the division. As Mpho said, 14 divided by 2 is 7. And so we do our division. And once we've done the division and multiplication, we can then just go and do the addition and subtraction. Now you can do it the way Mpho did it, where you add the 3 and the 7 and you get 10, and then you subtract 7. If you want to do this step over here by the blue star all in one go and go straight to your answer of 3, that is absolutely fine. No problem there. But if you want to do it step by step, rather do it step by step. All right, so guys, this was a slightly trickier one because we had a lot of operations that we needed to be mindful of here. But as long as you remember, deal with any brackets first, then deal with multiplication and division, and then only right at the end do we deal with anything that's been added or subtracted, you will get the answer. So order in which you do your work, very, very important. All right, I'm going to leave it here in case anyone wants to take a screenshot. All right, and then we're already halfway, so it's time for our brain break. Okay, last 5 seconds, just in case you don't have it. All right, find my brain break. There we go, got there in the end. Okay, so here's our brain break for the day. We have got some clues about what the shapes are equal to. So this is quite similar to one of the other ones that we've done where we had certain pictures and we needed to find the values. So we need to figure out what each of these expressions are based on the shapes that we have here. Now, you can do it in many different ways, but my advice or my hint to you is start with the clues here. Start using those clues to see if you can figure out what each shape is equal to. Or do you have a question or do you want to start?
No, ma'am, it's okay, ma'am.
Sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Tingo, do you want to start us off?
At the first one, it says triangle plus triangle equals to 6, right?
Yeah.
So then plus 3, one triangle is equal to 3.
Excellent, well done. So guys, here we've got 2 of the same number being added together. So what that's telling me, exactly as Tingo's told us, my triangles are 3. So now wherever I see a triangle, if I want, I can just put a 3 there because I know its value. Okay. Do you want to carry on, Tingo?
No, I'm fine, ma'am.
Okay, well done. Now I do see more hands, so I will get you. My advice, guys, if you're still working through, you don't have to go now to the very next one. You don't now have to work out the circle and the square. We know that in the 3rd step that the triangle is 3. So maybe we skip to the 3rd one, but let's see. Retu?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a question or do you want to try one?
I want to try one.
Okay, where are we going?
Number 3.
Okay, perfect. So we're working out the circle.
Yes.
Okay, and what is the value of the circle?
The value of the circle. 1.
Excellent, well done. So guys, we ask ourselves here, 3 plus what will give me 4? Exactly as Rachel just told us, 1. So now we know all of the circles are 1. Very nicely done, well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Let's see, Siyabonga, do you want to do another one? Siyabonga, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, which one do you want to try?
Number 4.
Okay.
It's 7 plus 3.
Okay, so Siyabonga's almost done 2 and 1. So if we just quickly go up to number 2, we know that the circle plus the square must give me 8. If the circle is 1, the square has to be 7. And so that's why Siyabonga is telling us that it's 7 plus the diamond 3 to give us 10. And so what that means is that we now know what all the squares are equal to. Oh, we've got lots of squares. And we know what all of the diamonds are equal to. And so now we're able to get the value of all of these expressions then on the right-hand side. Very nicely done, Siyabonga.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right, Olonda, do you want to give us the value of the first one?
Hello, ma'am. So our first one is 3 plus 7 plus 3. So I would add the 3 plus 3 would give me 6. And then I'll go 6 plus 7, which is 13.
Excellent. Well done. That was an interesting way of doing it, but very nicely done and perfectly fine. Right, so Londa's given us the first one, 13. Very nice. Oh, sorry, everyone. Ronolo, do you want to give us the, oh no. Yeah, there you are. Do you want to give us the second one? There should be a little pop-up to unmute yourself.
1 plus.
So, ma'am, I wanted to try question 2. Is it fine?
Yeah.
So it is 1 plus 7, it is 6. And then when we add, go on. When we add 3, it is gonna be, so 6. It's gonna be 9.
Okay, quickly go back to me. 1 plus 7 is?
6. No, not 6, ma'am. It is 8. I made a mistake.
Done. Excellent. So 8 plus 3 is?
8 plus 3, it is 8 plus 9, 11.
Excellent. Well done. So guys, the second one here, exactly as Lonolo's told us, 11. Okay. And perfectly explained. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 3, 11. Muvuyo, do you want to give us a third one?
Yes, ma'am, please. 7 plus 7, 14 plus 3, 17.
Excellent. Well done. So Mavuyo's given us the third one. A little bit trickier there because we've got some bigger numbers. 7 plus 7, 14. And then 14 plus 3, 17. Right, Cindy, last one.
So, ma'am, so for the last one, so what I did was 3 plus 7, which equals 10, and 3 plus 1, which equals 4. So now we have 10 plus 4, which equals 14.
Excellent. And I quite like the way Cindy did that there, guys, where she broke it up. You don't have to do it all at once. Work with things in steps. 3 plus 7, 10. 3 plus 1, 4. 10 plus 4, nice and easy, 14. Obviously, if you want to do it all in one go, go for it. But you don't have to, especially when you're adding, you can do it in any order that you want. Okay, very nice. Cindy, well done.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, yeah, ma'am. Also, my name isn't Cindy, it's actually Callan.
Oh, thank you. I think we did actually discover this last time, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
Callan, C-A-L-L-A-N?
E-N, ma'am.
E-N, wonderful, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am, thank you.
I wonder, Yolanda, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, can we change Cindy to Callan?
Yes.
Wonderful. I don't know why, my brain's just stopped working here. Okay, guys, very, very nice. So remember, this is our brain break. We take a little break from what we're doing. It's still maths related. It's still working with operations, but just a little bit different. Right, there are still 4 hands up. So Retu, Muvuyo, Mpo, and Shonolo, if you guys have questions, leave your hand up. If you don't, lower it. And we're going to carry on with our work. So again, if you have a question, you can leave your hand up. But if you don't, please lower your hand. Okay, Mpo, do you have a question? No. Yes. Okay, Paul, you seem to have frozen. So if you do have a question, please pop it in the chat. We can try again in a second. Oh, no, there we go.
I do have a question.
You don't have a question?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. So let us carry on with sort of our order of operations. Yeah. So let's try question E. And guys, completely understand if there's network issues, load shedding issues, don't stress at all. Alrighty. So, and Paul, your hand's still up. Do you want to try it?
So number is going to start with the bracket. The first step is with 10 and 3. And then the bracket is what we gives 2. And we go to close the bracket. Then multiply by 2 minus 12. And then the second step, we're going to say 10. And then we multiply 2, which is going to give us 6. And then multiply by 2 minus. And then the third step, we're going to do the multiplication. To say 10 plus 6 multiplied by 2, which is going to give us 12 minus 12.
Good.
And then the fourth step, we say 10 plus 12, which is going to give us 22 minus 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fifth step is going to be 12. The answer is 12.
Double check your answer here. 22 minus 12 is, I don't know if I heard you correctly.
Oh, the answer is 20.
Is 10. Because if we say 22 minus 12, we're taking a 10 away and we're taking a 2 away. So we end up with 10. But very nicely explained. I am going to explain it again, guys, because I know some people were experiencing some cussing out of the sound here, but very nicely done, Paul. So let's start with, we have to do the brackets first. According to our order of operations, brackets first. So if we say 4 minus 2, that gives us 2. We've dealt with the bracket. Now we need to go and deal with any division or multiplication. Now in this case, guys, remember, we said, or we spoke about the fact that when there's nothing in between a bracket and a number, there's a multiplication. So if you wanted to, you could put a multiplication in between the 3 and the 2. That's fine. But what we now need to do is we need to do this multiplication of 3 times 2. Now we know that 3 times 2 is 6. We still have another multiplication to do. So that's the next thing I need to do, where I say 6, oh golly, 6 times 2. And 6 times 2 gives us 12. And only after we've dealt with all of that multiplication do we now start with the addition and subtraction. Now, if you want to, and it's really up to you how you see these numbers, the first thing I saw was that I had plus 12 minus 12. The second I subtract something from itself, so 12 minus 12, 3 minus 3, 7 minus 7, whatever it is, the second I'm subtracting something from itself, I end up with 0. And so technically speaking, those actually just fall away because they're gone. And so in my head, the way I worked it out was 12 minus 12 cancels. And so I'm just left with 10. But if you did it the way Paul did it, where we say 10 plus 12 is 22, and then 22 minus 12 is 10, that is absolutely fine. No problem. Okay. You need to see these numbers and be comfortable with using them the way you feel comfortable using them. And I'm just showing you a different way of thinking about that answer. But as long as you got 10 by saying 10 plus 12 minus 12, absolutely fine. Okay, I'm stopping here in case anyone wants to take a screenshot. I do see that there's a few people asking to do the next one. I'm hoping I'm going to remember. We do have a couple more, so I'll definitely give you a chance. The first one I saw was, let me just scroll up here. I saw yours as the first one, then Callan, then Lara. Okay, so let's try get through 3 more so you guys get a chance.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm excited that they even book places. Now, for next week also, you need to make sure, I mean, for this week, Wednesday, you need to book your name in advance to answer questions. I'll be taking names.
Nice, guys. Okay, I'm assuming we've got screenshots. I'm scrolling. Oh, I had something fun, but it's fine. We can still do it. Okay, so just because I feel like sometimes this gets a bit much, and so we've got a little bit of a fun thing to do here. Still dealing with operations, still dealing with adding, subtracting, multiplying, all that fun stuff, but in the form of almost a crossword. So I don't know if it helps you, but I've sort of put them in red and blue so that we see what we're doing. So 1 across is this sort of starting point over here. And what we want to do is we want to fill in the missing number. So this says 12 plus something equals 36. So back up to my list. Oragolokhanse, do you want to raise your hand and do you want to give me what that missing number is? 12 plus what is 36? Tell me, what is it?
12 plus 24 actually gives us 36.
Wonderful, excellent. So 12 plus 24 gives us 36. If you want, you can write them out sort of on the side for yourself, but you can also just take a screenshot later. But exactly 24. That was our missing number. Right, who did we have? Okay, Callan, do you want to give us 2? No, we're not going to be able to do 2 across. Based on what we have here, which one do you want to fill in next? You'll just have to raise your hand so I can unmute you. Okay, Callan, tell me, which one are we doing next?
I want to do are we only doing a cross, or can we also do down?
Anyone you want.
Okay, ma'am. Can I do 2 down?
2 down. Okay, so guys, we're on 2 down. Tell me.
So, ma'am, so 36 divided by 4, which equals, so what I would do if I didn't have anything to write down, I would break it down technically. So I would technically like half it. So 36 is so 18 divided by 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16. But that doesn't work again.
Okay, so I really like what you're thinking here. I've actually never thought of it like this, and I like this. So you started with let's break it down in half. So do you agree that is then dividing by 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if we want to divide by 4, we would now take that 18 and divide it by 2 again, because if I divide by 2 twice, I'm actually dividing by 4. So what's 18 divided by 2?
9.
18 divided by 2 equals 9.
Excellent. So let's go back and check. What is 9 times 4?
36.
She doesn't know that. So I have my twin sister with me as well.
Okay.
And she just wanted to say, you can speak now, Anna. Okay, sorry, ma'am. She's quite shy.
That's okay.
She says it makes so much sense now to her.
Good, I'm glad. So do you agree, Callan, it should be 9?
Yes, ma'am, because also 9 divided by 9 times 4 equals 36. And what I
what I like to do with 9, I also notice whenever there's a number multiplied by 9, the 10 is like minus by 1 with the digits, and then it's like 3 times 12 with the answer. So like 4 minus 1 equals the 10, and then double that with the 10. Then you get your answer.
Yo, okay, I'm gonna have to think about this for a second. You might need to say it again for me just now. But I am loving that you are seeing patterns with numbers. Like, this is cool. And you've also taught me a new way to think about division, because I never would have thought to think about it the way you did. So very nicely done. Okay, guys, this is what's so awesome about maths. We can think of different ways to do it, and they're right. Absolutely fine. Okay, so we've got 2 down. I feel like the next one was Laura. Laura, is your hand up? Oh, just highlighting things and just selecting things. Okay, Laura's here. Laura, which one we're doing? Which one are we doing, rather?
Ma'am, I'm doing number 1 down.
Okay, cool. Tell me.
So 24 divided by 4 is 6.
Fantastic. Well done. So Laura's given us 1 down. 24 divided by 4 exactly is 6. So now we've got that one filled in. Okay. Right, let's do one more. Alonda, which one do you want to do?
Ma'am, I would like to do 2, ma'am.
2 across?
No, ma'am, like 2 different ones. Can I do 3 and 4? 3 across and 4 across.
Okay.
So 4 across is 9.
Okay, good.
Is 11.
Good.
And then 9 times 5 is 45.
Excellent. Well done. Alonda's on it. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do, just because you still have a poll to do, is I'm going to leave this here, and I want you to take a screenshot of it, and I want you to try and fill in the rest of these blocks. What we'll do on Wednesday is we'll start our lesson filling in the rest of these blocks, but I want you to try and finish off this mathematical crossword for us. And then